Great. Thank you, everybody, for coming to this meeting. It's a special executive committee meeting of the Lincoln Heights Neighborhood Council. Today is Wednesday, July 6, 2022, 5:30 p.m., or it's actually 5:33 p.m. With that, Secretary Sanchez, roll call, please.
Sarah Clendenning,
Present.
Ben Wadsworth,
Present.
Vincent Chente Montalvo,
Present.
Fernanda Sanchez present. Everyone's here. We have quorum.
Here we have quorum, so we'll move on to item number public comment on non-agenda items. If there's anybody from the public that wants to comment on something that's not on the agenda, you have 2 minutes to speak. Please raise your hand or press *9.
I don't see any.
Okay, so we'll move to item 3, community and board announcements, 2 minutes per person. Does anybody have anything they want to announce?
I don't.
Okay, anybody from the community, from the public have any announcement? You have 2 minutes to speak. Please raise your hand or press *9.
I don't see any.
Okay, we'll move on to item number 4, executive committee discussion, agenda setting for general board meeting tomorrow. Special general board meeting tomorrow, 7/7/22, 6 p.m. 1, roll call. 2, public comment on non-agenda items. 3, community and board announcements. 4, government reports. 5, committee reports. 6, funding items. Discussion of possible action on approval of June 2022 MER monthly expenditure report. B, discussion of possible action on funding up to $200 per minute taker for general board meetings.
Yay.
Planning and Land Use Committee, presentation, Ulises Gonzalez about expand the Hillside construction regulations, HCR. B, presentation, 710 mobility hubs, presenter Ryan Johnson. C, discussion of possible action on approval of Black Walnut sign on letter. D, discussion of possible action on approval of letter regarding the ICO and on USC adjacent properties. E, discussion of possible action on approval of South Avenue 21 street vacation letter. 8, executive committee. A, discussion of possible action on appointment of outreach committee chair. B, discussion of possible action on approval of minutes 5/16/21 general board meeting. C, discussion on possible action on approval of minutes 5/27/21 special general board meeting. D, discussion of possible action on approval of minutes 6/12/21 general board meeting. E, announcement of LHNC vacancies. 9, public comment on non-agenda items. 10, adjournment. So I have some edits here. So should I just go through the edits?
Yes.
All right, so planning items. Okay, so we're going to change item 6 to planning and land use committee. We're going to bump up the presenters. So we're going to go item 6, planning and land use committee. Discussion of possible action on letter of support to LA City Planning Commission regarding California Black Walnut / NALA Black Walnut Day, Northeast Hillside Ordinance, NEHO, presentation by NALA Alliance. 6/16/22 pluck recommendation to approve. B, presentation from Ulises Gonzalez, city planner for LA City Planning regarding a newly established work program to expand the Hillside construction regulations, HCR, to specific Hillside communities in the Lincoln Heights Neighborhood Council area. Expansion of the HCR proposes the establishment of grading, haul route, and construction hour limitations. C, discussion and possible action on amended letter to city attorney CD14 and DCP regarding the immediate need for instatement of anti-gentrification zones / ICO and USC biotech corridor adjacent properties bordering the L.H.N.C. East Side redevelopment plan. D, presentation, 710 mobility hubs. Presenter, Ryan Johnson. E, discussion and possible action on letter to city attorney CD14 regarding possible unauthorized gate and street vacation of South Avenue 21 between Main Street south to Ulises Street terminus. A local street standard, 638 feet long, roadway 36 feet wide, right of way 60 feet wide, ending at defunct Edison Power Plant at 650 South Avenue 21. 6/16/22 pluck recommendation to approve. 7, funding items. So we bumped it to the next one. 7 funding items. A, discussion and possible action on approval of June 2022 MER. B, discussion and possible action on funding up to $200 per month per minute taker for general board meetings. 8, executive committee. A, discussion and possible action on the appointment of new outreach and events committee chair. B, discussion and possible action on approval of minutes 5/16/21 general board meeting. C, discussion and possible action on approval of minutes 5/27/21 special general board meeting. D, discussion on possible action on approval of minutes 6/12/21 special, or wait, general board meeting, sorry. E, announcement of LHNC vacancies. 9, public comment on non-agenda items, and then 10, adjournment. We have a Spanish version too, so. That's the amended agenda.
I'd like to make the motion to accept the amended agenda.
I object. We can't have a funding item without a budget. That would be what was 6B.
Okay, so, well, Jose told me to put it on. Actually,
We can
he
do
told
it.
me to put it on the next agenda.
Yes, it would make more sense to be part of what we propose on the budget.
So what I recommend to do in this situation, because there's an objection to it, we should vote on this item and then see where it goes with it. If it's turned down, we should remove it. If it's supported, we should move forward. So for this item, I'd like to make a motion to accept the funding item for up to $200 for Apple One for the minute taking for the general board meeting. Is there a second?
You got a second? Anybody? I'll second it.
Okay. So Fernanda, if you can call the roll vote on this.
Roll.
Yeah.
Okay. Sarah Clendenning,
Yes.
Ben Wadsworth,
I have to vote no on it. We have no budget at this point. I'm not an objection to allocating the money as stated, but we've got the cart before the horse.
Yeah, we already approved it for our last budget, but yeah, because they said to put it on there, so I don't know.
It needs to be, last year's budget doesn't count. It has to be this year's budget.
Right.
All funding from the previous budgets have expired.
did we have board discussion just to clarify? Chinta as a treasurer, is that true? Are we allowed to vote on budget stuff?
The fact that we don't have the budget and the money in hand in the budget is Ben is correct on that. But in past neighborhood councils, we can't spend it. So for example, if we pass it now, this item will be for the budget year, but I will not be able to issue any funding for it or apply for the funding. So
I see.
Ben is correct that once we put it in, so my thing is if we vote on it now, more than likely it's gonna be accepted as a funding item for that, but I will not be able to purchase anything until we do submit the funding packet.
Wasn't there
Okay.
$233 before?
Could I recommend an amendment to that $200 be included in our budget for next year? For this coming year when we pass it?
Yeah, I think that amendment is okay. I think
Yeah.
it helps us take it forward. So let me restate it right now. So this is going to be approval of funding for up to $200, right? And this is the agenda item to put it on with Ben's amendment, which is for the next budget, right? Up to $200.
Could I just take it off the agenda?
We could. I mean, it's not.
I mean,
No, I think the
got it.
amendment, I think the amendment is good. I think we can keep it on the agenda with the amendment and we should be good.
Well, you guys don't understand. It's like I have to retype all this stuff right now. Okay, so hold on a second. So what is the wording of it going to be? We have to vote on it. Okay, so what's the proposed amendment? And then can we get more discussion and public feedback?
Yeah, it's going to be the same what you wrote and just adding in that money, $200 will be allotted from the 2022-2023 budget.
Yeah, you guys keep talking. I gotta do some editing.
So right now, okay, we'll just there's no more board comment, right? So I'm gonna open it up to the public. And if there's anybody in the public that wishes to comment on this, please raise your hand and push your *9. plan? Okay, I don't see any. So
Yes,
Fernando, we're good for the vote.
Right, so this is to vote to approve the agenda and the item with the amendments. Sarah Clendenny,
Yes,
Ben Wadsworth,
Yes, as amended.
Chente,
Yes,
Fernanda, yes, it's unanimous, motion carries.
motion carries. Cool, thank you. All right, so,
back to the original amendment. I would like the agenda for our general board meeting to be approved as amended. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, no board comment? I don't have any. I don't see any. Public comment, if you wish to make a comment, you can push *9 if you're on the line or raise your hand. I don't see any. Fernando, vote.
Sarah Clendenny,
yes,
Ben Wadsworth,
Yes,
Vincent Chente,
Yes.
Fernanda, yes, it's unanimous, motion carries.
motion carries. Cool.
The agenda's been approved, and I know Sarah has to go and post right away because we gotta do it fast, so
Yeah.
make a motion to adjourn. Is there any opposition to the adjournment?
I second
Okay.
on opposition.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
all right.
All opposed, don't hear
Aye.
any. All abstentions, don't hear any. The meeting officially ends at 5:45. Thank you all for attending, both public and committee members. See you at the
All right.
demo board.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care. See you tomorrow.
Bye, Ben.